Ukraine peace talks are set to begin in Riyadh, and the world is watching closely. The agenda is ambitious, focusing on key issues like territorial integrity, security guarantees, and humanitarian aid. Both sides are under pressure to find common ground, as the conflict has caused immense suffering. The negotiations aim to establish a ceasefire and pave the way for a lasting resolution. With international mediators involved, the stakes are high. Will this be the turning point for Ukraine? The outcome could reshape not just the region but global geopolitics. Everyone hopes for a breakthrough, but history shows that peace is often elusive. The world waits with bated breath. The Ukraine peace talks are set to begin on Tuesday in Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. The meeting will bring together high-level delegations from the United States and Russia. The primary objective of these negotiations is to explore possible ways to end the war in Ukraine and lay the groundwork for a direct meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Reaching a consensus on halting hostilities and creating conditions for a lasting peace is crucial. Discussing the status of disputed regions and determining new borders if necessary will also be on the agenda. Providing assurances to maintain Ukraine's security and prevent future conflicts is essential. Defining the role of other countries and international organizations in supporting potential agreements will be discussed as well. The United States will be represented by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, White House National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, and Special Envoy for Middle Eastern Affairs Stephen Witkoff. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has also been invited to join the negotiations. He has firmly stated that Ukraine will not accept any agreement made without Kyiv's participation. Keith Kellogg, Trump's special envoy for Ukraine, has announced that Europe will not be involved in these negotiations. This decision has sparked negative reactions from several European leaders. These negotiations come at a time when Saudi Arabia has previously expressed its willingness to mediate between Russia and Ukraine. The outcome of this summit could have a significant impact on the future of the Ukraine conflict and regional stability. European leaders have expressed serious concerns regarding direct negotiations between the United States and Russia over the war in Ukraine, which are taking place in Saudi Arabia without the participation of Europe or Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron has convened an emergency summit in Paris today with European leaders. The objective of this summit is to establish a unified European position on the Ukraine peace negotiations and to ensure that Europe is not sidelined in the process. Attending this meeting are leaders from Germany, Italy, Poland, Spain, the Netherlands, Denmark, the United Kingdom, as well as senior officials from the European Union and NATO. The U.S. administration under Donald Trump's leadership has decided to hold direct talks with Russia without European involvement. This has deeply worried European leaders who believe that the security and interests of Europe are directly affected by the outcome of these negotiations and should not be overlooked. European leaders argue that any peace agreement made without their participation could lead to greater instability in the region and threaten Europe's security. The summit will discuss the possibility of establishing a European armed force as a peacekeeping mission in Ukraine. This proposal was put forward by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Providing security assurances to Ukraine and exploring ways to enhance support against foreign aggression will also be key topics of discussion. Volodymyr Zelensky has declared that Ukraine will not accept any agreement made without Kyiv's participation. He has also warned against behind-the-scenes negotiations and urged European allies to take a firmer stance against Russia. The Emergency Paris Summit highlights Europe's efforts to maintain an influential role in the Ukraine peace process and prevent unilateral decisions by other powers. European leaders emphasize the importance of unity and cooperation in addressing regional security challenges.